Madmic from Madmic's Fishing Tackle.
Not out of the wind, but I am out of the pine. I've decided to venture out to Nudgee today, so we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed there'll be a few flatties here for us to hit. The Pine River's been a bit quiet lately, so with like a fish here and there. So hopefully we can actually find a few fish here today. That's the plan. We're almost at the top of the tide, so we've got about 10-15 minutes before the tide starts running out. Getting blown by the wind more than anything at the moment. We might have to control that, put the electric down, and we might just control the drift a little bit where we can. I'll put this one in the rod holder, a ribbed worm in leprechaun. Rigged up a ribbed fish in Dirtyworm colour. That's still that same ribbed fish in Dirtyworm colour. It's probably into double figures now, but not by a lot. Like I say, the fishing's been a little bit quiet. You can see a nick on there, so I'm going to retie that. Alright, let's go. Here, fishy fishy. So there is a sandbank up here in front of us. We're coming up to a bit of a bank. Well, there was. Let's see if this place has changed as much as the Pine River has after the floods. I don't think there would have quite been the same volume of water coming out of here as there was the Pine River. So I imagine this place is probably pretty much the same. Found one. I reckon it's a bream. It is. Huge bream. Pushing 30. Madmic's Dirtyworm. So pushing 30. There he goes. Dirtyworm. Fucking gob there. There. Now he's under a bit more control. There you go. High 40s. Yeah, about 48. Still a nice fish. Hopefully we can get a bigger one. Gracefully down. Always check your leader. There's a nick up there. So, yep, again. Bream. More bream here. No, it was a flatty. It wasn't a bream. It was a little flatty. Had a couple of goes at it. He didn't quite get it the first time. There you go. This one's only a little one. Baby one. About 30 centimetres. Away he goes. Well, at least we're catching a few more fish today. This is good. This is what we wanted. Good old Nudgee. I haven't been here for a while, so it's good to come that extra distance sometimes. And if it was blowing a southeasterly, I would have had a little bit more protection than I would in the pine. I mean, there's obviously places you can go in the pine, but I've really been struggling to find fish in the pine lately. Because I'm casting ahead of the boat, along with my drift, I've really got to make sure that I'm paying close attention to my line. I'm trying to feel those hits through the rod, but I'm also watching my line, because as soon as it hits the bottom, as soon as it gets that slack, I need to be winding and doing my second lift, because otherwise I'll end up with too much slack line out, and if a fish does hit it, I'm either not going to feel it, or I'll feel it and strike, and by the time I take up all of that extra slack line, I either miss the hookup or I don't properly hook up, and I'll get him halfway in and he'll give a couple of head shakes and he'll get off. So watching your line is just as important as, you know, concentrating on the rod and trying to feel those hits through the rod. Sometimes all you'll see is your line just go tick. You'll just see your line move, and if you know your lure's on the bottom and you see your line move, well, there's a good chance there's a fish. Hit at least. Let's go over.
about to do my hop and he jumped on it.
Fish of the day, this one, if we can get it in. It's a nice fish, it's over 50. Thing's ready. Not ready yet. You're not ready yet. Stay on. That's a nice fish. That's a good solid fish. Big and fat, that's for sure. Look at that one. Nice and big. You got the Madmic ribbed worm in, ribbed fish and dirty worm in there. Definitely give this one a release bit. And I'm wondering if this other rod has actually got a fish on it. It does. It's only a little one. There you go. It's not a bad drift, is it? This one. So the big one was on Dirtyworm. This little one was on Old Cola. We'll send this guy back. Send that little kitty back. Right. Well, I should have spent a bit more time at Nudgee, hey? another healthy fish. That sorts them out every time. There you go, it's another decent fish. Madmic's ribbed fish in dirty worm colour there. It's caught a few fish today. Again, I wonder if it's the same fish. There he goes. Oh, off he went. She went. Oh. Missed it! Yeah, it felt like a decent fish. Bugger. Yep, all wrapped up. Felt like another alright fish. Bubble gum. Cut me. He actually took me through. Bugger. It's 10 pounds. That was another decent fish too. Another 50s. Oh, re-rig. So one thing I didn't do when I got that first hit that I missed straight after that other fish was check my leader. And that may have been what cost me that fish. It might have already had a nick through it. Because even when they just hit it, even when you get them on for a second like that, they can still do some damage to your leader. So you always got to check, and that time I didn't. Next fish busted me off. So that's why you got to check every time. I probably just cost myself a fish, and it was a half decent fish too, you know. It was a 50 centimetre flatty. Now, I might just flick with one rod for a little while. I'll flick with this one. This one will be a bream. In the spot a bit better. First cast, bream. Probably high 20s again, 28, 29. Nearly lost that one too. Yeah, must change that leader. Madmic's Ribbedfish in Dirtyworm colour. Not real big, probably just under legal.